Atlanta. The Peach Bowl will feature LSU and Oklahoma. Ross Dellenger, who's the lead writer for college football over at Sports Illustrated, is with us every Monday and will be in Atlanta all week covering the national semifinal. Ross, good morning. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Good morning. That's about right. Y'all spend all your airtime on Jimmy Burrow and Marty Smith. Forget about poor little me.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Okay. Except that you're the only guest every Monday.
Go read Ross's article on politics in Louisiana football. There you go. You're welcome.
Yes.
I'm still a little pissed off from you breaking that news on Moscona's show that Monday afternoon that you came on that morning.
This is your punishment, Ross.
I know. This is my penance, right?
So what's the week ahead look like for you?
I'm packing right now and be flying out of D.C. here this afternoon into Atlanta, and we'll be in Atlanta all week, man. So excited about getting down to some warmer weather.
You broke the news on Clyde last week before Orgeron had a chance to talk about it publicly. Anything you're learning about LSU's running back as they inch closer to Saturday's semifinal?
Not really anything new. He's hamstrings are, as you guys know, been around football for a while. They are just about as touchy and sensitive as a ligament can get. When it comes to a football player, it's because of the strides and the running. And as I said then when we broke the news, I think a lot of people around LSU don't expect him to play against Oklahoma. Having said that, you never know, and these injuries, players sometimes respond differently to injuries. And that's why you never say never, with an injury sometimes. But it's one of those things that at the time, my understanding was it would be tough to see him play, and kind of the eyes were more toward maybe having him ready for the national championship game.
Ross, you have a more national perspective on college football. We can be very much in the LSU weeds here at times. What have you seen out of Oklahoma this season?
I've watched a couple games. Obviously, Jalen Hurts and their offense is, really explosive and can be potent at times. I think I could see them getting in a shootout. I'm sure that's what they want in a lot of ways. So here's the thing with Oklahoma, and you ask around coaches and things about them, and I was kind of gauging some coaches last week, when I was in New York about Oklahoma. And the thing that kept coming up is their secondary and how much at times it struggles. And that might be a weak point. And then you talk to maybe even some people around LSU and who watched film on Oklahoma preparing, and you get a pretty good idea that their weakness is the secondary. And in going into a game with Joe Burrow in that passing attack, you don't want your weakness to be the secondary. So it would seem to be that we're looking at a situation where LSU can score a good amount of points if they like. And thing is Oklahoma has an offense that, with CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Hurts that I think can kind of somewhat keep pace. I don't know if they can match them touchdown for touchdown, but I guess we're going to see.
Am I wrong for being a bit intimidated by Jalen Hurts? I don't know if this is like a little Alabama LSU PTSD or something, but I think that Jalen Hurts is a scary, scary player to have line up across from you.
Yeah, I mean, he is. I mean, it's funny because when he was playing for Alabama, although I know you just said having PTSD, but he just didn't seem all that scary that he does now. I mean, you knew he could run. You knew he had an arm, but
it just seemed like in the LSU games, Ross, that yes, even statistically, maybe when he's not at his best, that when it mattered, fourth quarter, when he had to have it, it seemed like he was consistently getting it done.
Yeah, and there was I think it was that 2017 game, right, where it was 10-0, and the only touchdown was maybe a scramble from him, I believe.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. So he's got some movement, and I think he's always had that. The thing that kind of, obviously different about him at at Oklahoma is just being in an offense that moves the ball downfield through the air so much, and he's been able to do that pretty good. So he's even scarier now. But it is interesting that, you know, here we are again, and LSU's playing a big game again. You know, a top 5 ranked teams meeting with top 5 ranked teams, and it's against Jalen Hurts. It is interesting to that's kind of an interesting angle to the story. But I do think he's a lot different of a quarterback than he was at Alabama. We even saw him late last year, different of a quarterback, you know, in the SEC championship game.
Ross, if LSU wins this game, Orgeron will be 10-1 in his last 11 top 10 matchups. Like, what goes through your head when you hear a stat like that?
It's pretty incredible, right? The same guy who was 10-25 at Ole Miss
overall.
You know, I think it speaks to a few things. You know, one, having talent is always good. You know, when you have a place where you can get talent, it's good. Number two, is people can change their approach. You know, and I think that's something that Ed Orgeron has done. You know, but it's been pretty remarkable. It's been a pretty special season for LSU in Ed Orgeron, and something that probably a lot of people didn't expect. And you know, you look in recruiting and things like what they're doing there, and it seems like he's really got things rolling, and who knows, might be turning LSU into the new dynasty of college football. You know, they certainly got the resources, they certainly got the talent base. You know, so it'll be interesting to watch the future.
We won't change it. I just wonder your opinion, since your voice is so strong within the sport. Is the entire work week a little too long to prepare for the national semifinal in the city of the game?
What do you mean?
Having LSU down in Oklahoma and in Atlanta all week before Saturday.
All week. Oh, right. Sure. No, that is weird. You know, that's the whole bowl thing, right? I mean, until we get rid of the whole bowl format, you know, this is what we're going to have. I agree. Yeah, and I haven't talked to this is a good point I haven't even thought about, Jordy. If I hadn't talked to anybody on the team, somebody tells me you might have, and I would imagine that they hate it.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to move the entire operation to another city.
Absolutely. You know, until we get out of this bowl format, that's how it's going to be. You know, the championship game is not a bowl, so they'll get there, I think, 2 or 3 days before.
Right. Weird. They get there on Friday. So. If they make the national championship, both teams get there on a Friday for the Monday game.
But they have to be there for all the festivities.
And for the national semifinals, they have to be there 6 days in advance of the game.
Oh, my God, I'm going to eat so many Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
If I was a coach, I would not like it at all. You know, coaches are creatures of habit. They like to stick to their routine and format and all that stuff. And you know, here's the thing too. This whole bowl stuff, just, you know, it more than just this what we're talking about. You know, there's a game on December 28th we're playing. This whole week is Christmas week. It's just weird. Yeah. All of it's just weird. You know, I wish they would fix it and have these games, you know, New Year's Day night or the day after New Year's Day or something, and have him just arrive 2 or 3 days before the game. That would make more sense.
Deli, our guy. Merry Christmas, man. We'll see you in Atlanta later this week.
All right, y'all.
All right, man. Ross Dellenger checking in leads.
What is Stephen A? Stephen A just walked. We always have TVs in the studio we get up on, and Stephen A just walked into the studio, cowboy hat on, cigar in mouth.